Today I'm going to explain how ground beef is made in less than 3 minutes. This is Gregory Bloom, the Beef Pro. Now normally you see ground beef in a retail store like this in a 1-pound brick, or in food service as restaurants use it, a 5 or 10 pound chub. Sometimes you see a roll stock pack like this with patties in a retail store. Now all ground beef comes from beef carcasses where they're cut into subprimals. As the subprimals, or smaller pieces of meat, are cut, they get combos full of trim. Here's 85% lean trimmings, a combo. Before they're put through the coarse grinder and fine grinder, they put them through a rinse system to kill any possible E. coli that might be on the outside of the pieces of the meat. This is either lactic or parasitic acid diluted rinse normally, and then it goes up here into a coarse grinder, or it is put through an auger and then a plate. The plate looks like this. It's a 1/4 inch grind, also called a chili grind, and then another conveyor, the fine grind machine right here. It's ground again here. This is where they do their mix of 80-20 or 85% lean, whatever percent lean they're making. Here's the fine grind plate, and that plate has a hole in the middle of the plate, and in the middle that pipe coming out would let any bone chips that are possibly in the meat come through. Here's the picture of the plate, the fine grind plate. See those small holes? They're 1/8 inch wide. You can see why it's so important to cook ground beef to at least 160 degrees internal temperature, because the meat's all mixed outside in and inside out. And here it goes into a patty machine. This reel is a really cool machine that makes the patties. Now this part of the machine here checks for metal. If there's any metal in the meat, which is very unlikely, it would kick it out the bottom. Here the machine is set for whatever size patty they're making, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 ounce, whatever the chef or restaurant wants. And this knife here rotates and cuts off a little meatball and then goes through a conveyor, or actually a smasher or a roller. That roller looks like this, and they can set the diameter and the width of that roller to whatever they want to get the diameter right there. And then it goes down the line here to get patty paper put on so they don't stick together in the bag. And then they get put in plastic bags and put into a vacuum seal machine where they're sealed so they get good shelf life, normally 14 to 18 days if they're kept real cold. Now before they can go out the door into commerce, they send a sample of each batch to an independent lab who puts it through a machine like this that grows E. coli on a plate that looks like this. And if there's no positive results for E. coli, which can hurt us, voila, we have our ready to eat ground beef at the store.